G'day, back again. It's got a reasonably quick video on the just the components of a 234 and a 245, which I'll get to a bit later. Do the 234 and explain what the parts are. This is Lockwood 90s, new old stock. I got this from Pocketwoman actually. She sourced it from an old locksmith that retired at Broken Hill, or an old lockie that passed away, I think. Yeah, but they're out there. I mean, Funky's got a few of them. Don's got some. And yeah, they are available. Just got to hunt them down. But yeah, brand new. Yeah. So genuine. Anyway, yeah, all the sort of parts there. It's the body, 6-pinner. So it's commercial grade, and will be applicable to this in the locksmith form too. Because the 6-pinner, they were popular for master key systems and that on the Oz 1, JA, JB back in the day. But yeah, that's all the parts here. I'll give a quick rundown. It comes with 2 key blanks. I've already pre-cut these to what because they normally come with 6 number 8 pins and 2 extras and 2 extra springs, an extra plug for the face, which is different from there, and there's the plugs for here. That one here, that one goes in there. This is a 234 plug. It's pretty thin. Gary sent he sent me a mixture actually. That one there, you can see the thickness on that one compared to the 245, 247. Yeah, they're anti-bypass plates. They're that's what they are. They're pins for core retainment and shackle retainment. I'll go through it as I assemble it. Yeah, see an actuator. I explained them before. That's the 245 components. The core retainer pin and the little bronze phosphate spring, I think, that goes on top, keeps that under tension at all times. Anyway, yeah, so that's the anti-bypass wafer. That just fits at the end of the plug, just fits into place there. So what happens there, you can't get nothing in there to gain access to that part of the actuator. So without that bypass plate, you can get in there and manipulate that. Not only that, I mean, it's a great lock back in the day, but it's pretty rudimentary. It's got the old beveled actuator, so you can probably shim that quite easily. But I'm not going to go through that. Not interested in that. Anyway, I cut a key for it. This one, I made it hard. I made it difficult anyway. So, should send it to Mur. He'll love this. Anyway, we'll reassemble it, and then when I put the plug in, I'm going to push it sort of into the housing, as opposed to trying to push it in, because that plate is going to keep falling off. But anyway, I'll load the plug. These are, I'm putting some new with old. All this is obviously 90s, but the pins are acer alloy, current acer alloy pins, which are quite sufficient. They've got the got that bevel on there, so keep it in this sort of true form. Anyway, that's all loaded. We'll get the actuator in. So that obviously goes to the top. So push that in. Keep it orientated correctly. See actually in there. Yeah, I can't do it with three. I need 3 hands to put a torch in there as well. So that's fine. Just leave it there for now. What we'll put the shackle in for now, and then that will contain the actuator, so we can do what we have to do. Actually, you know what? While I'm at it, put the shackle spring in there. Bugger it. So get that in there. Just poke it so that sort of clips in. Okay, that's the actuator's contained now, so yeah. That's what I mean, you can get to it with a manipulation tool, bypass tool, without that anti-bypass wafer. So we'll put that in its position, keep it sort of upright. Yeah, it's easier said than done actually. Okay, so push it in and drive it home. Okay, so okay, put the core retainer pin in and the shackle retainer. There's two plugs, different size plugs you can see. The larger one is for the actual chambers, but the smaller ones are for the shackle and the core, because this one's obviously smaller than that one. You can see the difference by eye anyway. So anyway, load her up. And yeah, so that's not a problem. Anyway, those pins or plugs go in there, and just got to bang them down. Just leave them slightly proud of the actual body, so you can linish a bit of meat to linish with. I'm not going to do this now. And again, this has got a slight beveled edge. Obviously the beveled edge goes in first, and just again bang it down. Just leave it slightly proud. And the small little plugs, again, they have got a beveled edge, so push them in there, and again bang them down till you just leave them proud. Then you can linish. That's basically it. I'll be back in a minute. I'll put them constructed, linish it, and bring it back. Back in a tick. Back again. This is the second part of just a few explanations, what things do, what they are, whatever. Yeah, that's the 234 now. It's all done. It's with a genuine key. Again, because of those pins, you have to linish to get the marks out, obviously, which gives you a shinier, obviously, coat than the face in this side. But that will, over time, it will sort of patina over. It will sort of go to that sort of colour, so it will match in eventually. But that's part of the puzzle. There's a little nick there, by the way. That's in the body actually. Couldn't do nothing with that. That's nothing to do with the pin, because the core retainer pin's probably, where is it? Up here somewhere with the shackle. So that's just a nick in the body. They come with the padlock. Couldn't get it out. Well, I could, but I'm not going to keep this linishing out just for the sake of a nick. So basically it's a brand new 234, and yeah, works both ways. And yeah, Bill Biccardi was here. Anyway, okay, this one, give you a rundown. That's the shackle spring. This is the 247 actually. It's actually a 6 pin. the way you know that is the shackle, super hard. So how it works, pretty rudimentary, very, very rudimentary. Let's give you a sort of rundown. You can imagine that plug inside the body there. So when it's leaving the lock position, obviously that little piece of brass plate is actually the actuator that keeps those metal or those bronzy type balls in the cavity into the shackle cavity. So when you do turn it, what happens, it only turn a certain distance because it's captive. The brass pin is in here, but the plug will only turn a certain way because it's a captive recess, if you will. That's why it's key retaining. So when you obviously turn it, as far as it goes, obviously the shackle spring is going to force the shackle out and force it go past the balls. It can't go any. There's a retainer pin that goes in there that secures that shackle in place. So yeah, when you obviously close the shackle, everything snaps into place again. So yeah, very rudimentary. So all that is, mate, that plate you sent, or what you want to know about, it's just brass, bit of brass, bit of flat stock, cut to whatever that distance is. I don't know, probably ½ inch. Goes on the end of the plug in that slot. They go one way actually, because see that it's too wide there, so that's not going to work. So it goes in there, and yeah, that's the actuator. Pretty rudimentary, like I said, very, very basic engineering, but effective. Anyway, that'll do. It's 12 minutes, so I hope that helps you. So yeah, it's an actuator. You can't get them anymore. Well, I'm sure that someone's got them somewhere in their shed, but like I said, it's only brass, little plate type material in a strip. Would have been cut back in the factory at Ogden Industries in Victoria to ½ inch, whatever. So if you can get that sort of dimension type, that dimension there, and that width in brass, you can make your own quite easily. Like I said, they're very rudimentary, but yeah, anyway, so that's the story of that. And yeah, that'll do. Till next time, take care. Oh, where am I? Yeah, this one's already got the plug in. There was no need to take it out. So that's the plugs you sent me. That's the real thick ones. They're the 245s, 247s. They're the ones that go in there. As you can imagine, the distance is pretty thick compared to the 234. Do a comparison, you can sort of see for yourself. See that, yeah, pretty much not a great difference, but enough to warrant a certain, that thicker plug to go in there. Anyway, that'll do. It's 14 minutes now. Bloody hell. Till next time, take care, and yeah, goodbye.